Oop. Hold on 1 second, y'all. One moment. Let's see. My video is paused here for just a moment. Hello, gay. Let's see. Let's get this back on in just a moment here. Oop. And paste. Let's see, is that starting up my... Let me try this one more time. Gotta start it early with this. Give me 1 moment. Let's see. Deactivate. And let's activate this now. Jeez, it's there. There we go. There we go. Hello, everybody. Let me see. Do I have my music on? I believe I do. I just have to change this. There we go. Beautiful. I've been sent here by Emily. I'm here to say Mystic Minds should have stayed at 3. You know what? Okay. We'll get into it. First off, hi everyone. Hi everyone. How are we doing today? Hello. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello, hello. So good to see y'all. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I had some technical issues a couple weeks ago, and I also had a like a hair appointment that went like many hours like later than I thought it would. I thought it was gonna go for like, I was like, I'll probably be there for like 2.5 hours, and it was like closer to 4, my lord. But y'all, you just don't mess with, I just don't mess with my stylist, because he is, bless him, like, what a fan, just so fantastic. So yeah, it's really good to be back and to see y'all in the chat. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, don't we? My gosh. So I'm like so far behind on this, but let's talk Banlist. Stylists, they always do know better. You know what? And my stylist, so after that, I was like, hey, would I be able to get a ride back home because it's like kind of late? And he's like, absolutely. And we were just vibing in the car to Bjork. I am Liddy. Thank you so much for the follow. We just like got in his car and we were just vibing to Bjork as we were driving back. And it was just it was just awesome. Oh, hey, yeah. Yeah, you're in the replies there. So let's talk first. Let's talk about this ban list, first of all. So, y'all already know this. This happened a while ago, but let's just talk more about the implications, because today is the first day that this list is legal. So, first off, the banned cards. Mystic Mine, Curious Lightsworn Dominion. Limited, Herald of the Orange Light. Semi-limited, Lyraless Cressetal Sterling. Unlimited, Telenite Ptolemaeus. Dimensional Fissure. Tenki, Macrocosmos, and Metaverse. So, let's talk about bans first. Mystic Mine has been banned. Chat, how do we feel about Mystic Mine being banned? I think there are some people who are probably like would piss on its grave as if it was Maggie Thatcher. I think some of us are striker players, maybe. Weather painters are dead. The evil is defeated. True. Unironic mind player. I thought it was healthy for the game. Yeah, so I think it was, so for Mystic Mine, like, I don't think it was really a problem this format. I think it had future implications of being a problem, and in the previous formats it was a problem. But a lot of top decks had had some outs to it, you know. Tier has heartbeats, and 3 months too late. Yeah, I completely agree, Mythos. Like, absolutely. I think that it wasn't really a problem in this format, but it definitely would have been in the future, and it had been in the past. I'm fine with it being banned though. So it's not my... See, the thing is, like, it's like, if you're not... Cooper, thank you so much for the follow. Mystic Mine was released in 2018, I believe. Was it released in... Oh my god. What set was that? What set was mine released in, y'all? I think it was 2018 though, right? Also, hey, Imagination Station. It might have been Dane, yeah. 2019? Could be, yeah. Or was it the first in-person pre-release? Yeah, see, the thing is that, like, for some decks, playing under Mystic Mine is, like, very interesting. Like, for some Sky Striker games, I played some games against Sky Striker where playing under Mine was actually really fun and interesting. I played some games with Labyrinth where I metaversed it out, and it was very interesting. It was, like, interesting to play those game states. Let's see. Inkrat, thank you so much for the follow. So, like, playing under that was fun and interesting, but it's like, but it's too easy to go for the deck out in a lot of cases. So the semi-limited Xyz, that's Lyrilisk Recital Starling. Set rotation, give your opponent mine, bounce it with Rainy Canvas. Pretty nice. That was also what, Shay, hi! All good. Yeah, there was, I know that the ABC Therian deck would do this as well with, Union Hanger and the Therian Disc Coliseum, which was such a cool interaction, because you'd bounce it back with the Adventure Draco back. Yeah. Scarce Healthy, it wins games for free if your opponent doesn't make non-optimal siding decisions. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I think it's... Either way, it is out of the game. And I think for the future of the game, it's probably for the best that it is. But yeah, I think it's a contentious one for sure. Yeah. I think this card will be always in contention as, like, one of the most powerful floodgates ever printed, as well as, like, a card that will always be highly divisive. So moving on, Curious the Lightsworn Dominion. Y'all, how are we feeling about this? They them are finally hitting the ban list. I feel like this one was also like 3 months too late. They them Pope. True. I believe no more Judge Culture. Yeah, this is another one where it's like, was not a problem in this format. Limits future card design though. I mean, it's didn't need it with a Shizu and no snow. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, I was trying to make this card a problem again. Because this card was very easy to make in a lot of different hands in Naturia Shizu. But, so I wanted to make it a problem, and I did make it a problem for, like, one single event. But, you know, so, you know, last Saturday was the first time I had the Naturia deck finished, and so I had Curious, and I played 3 Orange Lights as well, and, you know, it felt real good. It felt real good for sure to be able to send Exchange of the Spirit, but you know what? That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, this card was a problem in Lunalight tier because you'd be able to do, like, the Spell Canceller plays, you'd be able to send Snow. It wasn't a problem in this format anymore, though. It could have been a problem with the Dark World stuff because they would have been able to turbo at Curious pretty easily in that. But I guess I would wonder what they would make. They'd probably do the Spell Canceller shenanigans as well because they can make easy rank 4s for Dugaris. But I don't know. Probably for the best that this card is banned now, though. As much as I like her. Them. So in the limited section, we have Herald of Orange Light going to 1. This one is good for. I'm kind of mixed on this because I'm glad that it was banned because Herald run green line now. Easy, absolutely. It was at, yes, it was at 3. I could see why this is banned or limited because honestly, Herald pitch any of the Ishizu cards. It's just one of the most broken interactions of the format. Yeah, Arch completely agree. More of a Madolce hit. Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly more of a Madolce hit because it hurts Madolce more than it hurts Tier, honestly. Because a lot of them at this point were just siding it because they were cutting down on some of the Ishizu cards. You know, they were playing like most decks, most Ishizu tier decks were still playing 3 Medora, 3 Keldo, but a lot of them were cutting down to like, some of them were playing 2 Kelbeck, a lot of them were playing varying numbers of Agito. There was 3 Agito, there was 1 Agito, there was 2, so. Win rate on Orange Light out of sight, that's a very interesting one. I wonder if Hakuna Madeira has anything on that. Yeah, so this is probably for the best, but it does weaken Madolce, which I think is very weird. Yeah, it has few outs to Shifter, but I feel like what they tried to do with this ban list. Scoop, yo, I'm doing good. How are you? I feel like the point of like what this ban list was trying to do basically was like make sure all them tier cards are getting banished, and I don't think that's really, it's popping a bit. Let me turn this down a little bit. Whip. Yeah, so yeah, I guess like it's, these are hits to tier, but not in the way that I would have liked, I guess, but I'm not entirely sure which other hits he could have done. I think just like increasing the power level of other decks. However, I will say I'm not mad about being in a tier 0 tier Shizu format. Now the popping is just quieter. Okay. Might be something with my USB drive. So they're offline for quite a time. Yeah, I was just offline for a couple of weeks because of some technical issues and due to the holidays. But yeah, I am back. Yeah, let me see if this crackle gets any better. I think it's just something with my USB driver. Let's see if that made it any better. Let's see. One format mine shouldn't have been banned in a little bit. That made it a bit better? Cool. See, Kit Kalos at least limited. Yeah, but most decks are running only 1 Kit Kalos at this point, so it's like, honestly, so I think the right hits to tier would have been limiting Perlareno. Or just like honestly banning Perlareno. Because it does not kill the deck, but now you have 4 less copies of tier cards basically, and you don't get access to a broken ass field spell. Like the best field spell in the game right now. I mean, it searches on activation. It pops cards when your deck does what it wants to do, or when your tier, or when your Shizu cards just shuffle back from the graveyard, and it gives your monsters 500 attack. Perlareno is the best card in that deck, straight up. And not in the extra deck, because that's Kit Kalos, but Perlareno is the best card in the main deck. That card needed to be hit. I still think the tier deck can function if you want to take us out of the tier 0 tier format. I think hitting Perlareno is really important for it, because that is such a powerful card for it. Banning Instant Fusion, absolutely. Like, fuck Instant Fusion. I'm so sick. Like, I'm so sick of that card. Like, Kit Kalos, essentially, Kit Kalos has 3 effects. You're able to do that off of 1 Instant Fusion. It's your whole combo without using your normal summon for paying 1,000 life points. It's ridiculous. I am not... that card needs to go. Crystal Beast is good at the moment. Maybe Dark World. Yeah, Dark World I think is going to have some rogue viability. Crystal Beast is pretty good because they can play Necro Valley. They can play Shifter. The Conclave Control build can do that. Even the combo build can do a little bit. So that's a cup noodle joke. True. Literal custom card. Yeah, 100%. Throw it in the garbage. Absolutely. So yeah, in terms of this, the one semi-limit, we have Lyralist Recital Starling to 2. This is cool. I think the Lyralist Tri-Brigade deck has some... yeah, it's a bit... yeah, I agree with you. A bit crunchy. It's... the boards it puts up and things it can do are pretty powerful. But yeah, it's in a weird place in this format. Yeah, Bird Up, I think, is going to be a good rogue deck. A good rogue deck because it doesn't lose to Bestials. It can play Fabled Cerebral, so it can make Herald of the Arclight. There's so much variability that you can do with it. I mean, some people have seen me do this where I, like, my Tri-Brigade end board right now for this format is Arrival Cyber, like, the end board that I like going for is Arrival Cybers, Adagnister, Sprite Elf, Herald of the Arclight, Revolts, and usually like a hand trap or 2 in hand. Kind of ridiculous. It's... and with that, you're only putting, like, Cerberus and the... what's his name? Shurig in the graveyard. So, yeah. Let's see. I have to read through these comments here. Bestials are the biggest issue in this current front. Yeah. Yeah, true. So in Tri-Brigade, you can actually make Arrival Cybers decently easily, because of all the different attributes that you have. So you can make it with like usually I've made it for like 4K with Nerval. Like you can do Nerval, the Link one, the Funko Pop, Bear Broom, Farashit. There are other things you can do where it's like Nerval, Cerberus, etc. But yeah, you've got so many different attributes and it has such an easy time link climbing into high links that you can make a 3K or 4K Arrival Cybers without too much trouble. And a 3K Arrival is an FTK against Flu, which is hilarious. So yeah, Bestial branded Subterror. The day you stop playing Subterror is the day... I don't know. I don't know what happens that day. Yeah, so... Bird Up could be interesting. The Unlimits. So, we have Tellarknight Ptolemaeus. This is cool. This is a cool unban. Ptolemaeus gives you access to some interesting Xyz monsters. You can now make Cyber Dragon Infinity in decks that couldn't run it before. You can make Constellar Diamond, which is a very good card against Tier, but kind of resource heavy, and you might as well just play Dweller at that point. And also Constellar Pleiades, which is still quite a good card. I like this hit. It should have been unbanned quite a while ago, because they're like, oh, you put down 3 level 4s and you get a Cyber Dragon Infinity. Ooh, doesn't matter. It's fine. I legit cannot believe I just randomly found the highest rarity. Yeah, I saw your tweet about that. Wow, that's very nice. Yeah, I had an ulti Ptolemaeus because I was like, it's gonna come back sometime. Yeah, it's been kind of cope. I agree, Ren. Yeah, it's not really worth it. You know, in like Pepe or like, you know, in Pendulum decks of yesteryear, it was better, because you're just spitting out so many level 4s and it really didn't matter. But, and, you know, an Omni Negate in 2016 is a lot different than an Omni Negate in 2022. So, yeah, good times, simpler times. True. So then, the other unlimits, Di-Fi and Macro to 3. I hate this. I hate this so much. It's just, like, you're addressing tier. You're addressing tier by just making it so that other decks, that other, like, combo decks are going to have a tougher time playing. I don't really like these hits, or these unlimits. You're kind of just bringing us, you know, a sledgehammer to, you know, to a house fire. Full power Metafist, true. Wouldn't give me ARPs, so they compromise. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They're mostly pointless if you don't go first, yeah. Di-Fi can still break a board. 'Cause, like, if you go, you know, Di-Fi going second, you have to pair it with something. Like, Di-Fi, Regeki against a tier board if they don't have up Crime or Baron. But a lot of it is ifs. Macro is kind of trash. Yeah, Di-Fi can still help break a board. Yeah, I agree. But they're both just still annoying, though. I mean, Macro is full banishment and Di-Fi is banishing monsters, but, like, I don't know. Like I said, I was fine with them having a tier 0 tier limits format. And so it's just like, either you play a deck that can play Fissure, or you play a deck that can hugely utilize the Shizu cards, or you play a deck that can highly utilize the Bestials. That's kind of like your three main things. And of those options, the one that I wanted to go to is the one that is a deck that can run the Shizu cards really well, and that's why I've been on Nichiria lately. But yeah, I think it is kind of limiting. Tenki to 3. Cool. Give me 6 copies of Fractal, bro. Cool. Like, cool. Metaverse to 3. This is cool. With no mine in the format, Metaverse to 3 is fine. Makes, like, you do, like, Necro Valley and Zombie World shenanigans a bit more. Also makes Labyrinth Lair kind of maybe a thing. We'll see. It makes Lair of Darkness more strong, and I think Lair of Darkness is very fun. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what people do with that. I'm kind of interested. Sleepy. But yeah. Well, so you got three Metaverse to be able to get out Lair of Darkness, or you can get out the Labyrinth Field spell. And you can, you can set Metaverse off of Lady of the Labyrinth, of course. So it's kind of nice. Is it viable? Probably not. Let me tell me there's ritual monsters coming down the OCG pipeline. MS Mindratrons. I mean, 13 Silent Poets, you do get Dynamond, so that's something. Ash, thank you so much for the raid. Lilith might be nice for lab now. Yeah, I love Lilith. Lilith is the Lady of Lament cards are some of my favorite, and Lilith I think is an incredible card. I adore her. So yeah, very cool. Welcome, Uwooers. So that is your ban list. Overall, this ban list feels like either you play, like I said, either you play tier, you play a deck that can highly utilize the Shizu cards, which also includes tier, or you play Bestials. or you play something that can take advantage of Di-Fi, macro, etc. Hello, Ash. Yeah, so it's like I I didn't really like this ban list, to be honest. Most of these hits and unlimits are not ones that I'm too thrilled about. Anyway, so with that, y'all, let's talk a little bit about the YCS. So, over the weekend, we had YCS San Jose. We got some information. Oh, by the way, that Banlist thing was from Dual Daddy. Go follow him. He's such a sweetheart and posts amazing graphics. Highly recommend him. So, YCS Costa Rica. Try to Shizu Tears. Herald can discard. Yeah. Yep, a lot of people. Yeah, except Herald's now at 1. So, it's a little awkward. So for YCS Costa Rica, so top 32, you had 17 tier, 4 Sprite, 4 Flu, 1 Exo Sister, and 6 that were unknown. They're still getting information on that. And then when you look into the top 16, we see 9 tier, so representation didn't change too much. 3 Sprite, 2 Flu, Exo Sister, and 1 that was unknown. And as you probably know, this event was won by Jesse Cotton playing Bestial Ishizu Tier Elements. First off, Jesse, what an incredible year this guy's had. Placing second in 2 YCSs, top 4 at another, and top 8 at another, I think. I mean, or top 16, something like that. I mean, just like top 4s, I think this year was his number. Really, really incredible. Great stuff from him. Y'all already know, one of the best players on the planet. So he was running Bestial Ishizu Tier Elements. So when we look at the deck, these ratios with the ban list, these are going to change a bit because now we only have 1 Herald. But you're not going to see these change too much. So 3 Sharon, 3 Havness, 3 Merrily, and 2 Rhino Heart. So a lot of people have been playing 2 Rhino Heart, which I think is fine, because you kind of have, like, it gives you 5 normal summons in the deck essentially, because you have 3 Merrily, if you don't like indicate Kalos or something, and you have the 2 Rhino Heart. If you already draw the Merrily, then you just add the Rhino. Bitcoin for Visual Shizu Tier, and then coin for the cost. So as I mentioned, the 3 Herald is gonna need to be cut down. They might just main deck 1, or they might just even side deck 1. I'm not even sure at this point. And because you're cutting down on the Heralds, Jesse was playing 3 YuGiOh. Most people weren't by this point, and you can bet that most people are not going to be playing 3 YuGiOh now that we have this ban list. I would say some people might be cutting it, some people might be putting it to 1. I've in my deck, which I'll show in a little bit, I've just been playing 1, which I think is probably correct, but you know, just where I'm at with it. The 3 Kelbeck, I think Kelbeck is so good. Like, this card, basically against any, like, against decks that are not Exo Sister, that are not Chatri-La, that are not Flanderies, this card is not only something that can be like a great piece of extension from your hand and such, but is also a great hand trap. 100%. Like, this is just, Kelbeck is just a straight up good ass hand trap. It's a free level 4 body that you can summon to your field, like, that bounces a monster. Like, I think Kelbeck is a card that, like, could potentially be seeing, like, this could be a card that we see come in and out of formats in the future as just a normal ass hand trap, like with you know, Skullmeister or something. It's not the most impactful, but it's still, like, you can't discount the fact that it puts a level 4 body on your field, bounces a monster back to your opponent's hand, and if you send it from the hand or deck, it's gonna mill 5 cards. this card is going to be around for a while, as long as it doesn't get hit. Yeah, that's why I play 3 in my deck too. I think it's kind of wild. This card is a 1 card out to the adventurer stuff too, because you just like they just have to send a card from their end and then you just bounce whatever, so it just answers that immediately. If you negate the field spell with Dragoon, how does the deck out it? That's right, Subterror, best deck, baby. Oh my god. Anyway, 3 Keldo. Yeah, you want to play 3 Keldo, you want to play 3 Mudora. Straight up, I've said this kind of a few times before. Keldo and Mudora are the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. They're the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh because they're level 4 bodies that you can just freely summon from your hand if you're playing enough Earth Fairies. They're incredible in the graveyard. Like, these cards are not only interruptions, but they're also resource regeneration. You know, you basically DD Crow one of your opponent's cards and possibly shuffle back 2 of your own, or vice versa. I mean, these cards are just incredible, and you want to use them as much as possible. Like, you play these at 3, they're just amazing cards. So we have 3 Magnamut, 3 Druisworm, 1 Saronir. So we got 7 Bestials in here. So, the thing is, thing about the Bestials, I like the Bestials. I think they're very powerful. I think Magnamut, I think Druisworm are very good. I think that the Bestials are going to be seeing a little bit less play going forward. And I think, like, the thing about this is that Bestials are good against so many decks, but they could be dead in a lot of matchups. In the Sprite matchup, the Bestials can be dead if they go for an early Gigantic Sprite. In the Flu matchup, these cards are useless, unless they're like playing Effect Veiler, which isn't really that great for this format. And even then, like, you're not getting rid of resources, you're just banishing their Effect Veiler, which, ugh, way to go. They're good against, you know, they're good against here, they're good against, I don't know, more rogue decks, and, you know, any rogue, light, or dark decks. I don't know. I was playing them in Naturia, you know, as these level 6 bodies, but your deck doesn't put lights in the graveyard, so if you're playing against Flu, you just have a bunch of dead-ass cards in your hand. So I don't know. I think we might see less of these going forward. I could absolutely be wrong, but yeah. So also in this list you have the three field spell standard, the terraforming standard, the instant fusion standard, 2 scream. I like 2 scream, because sometimes you want to have 1 on the field and 1 to put in your graveyard to like grab you a Sulik or something. It does feel good. Yeah. And he was also main decking the 1 Heartbeat in a 43 card deck. I think that you probably just take out the Heartbeat now, because there's no mine. Because this deck can still play around back row decently well. It just has so much gas. So then in his, yeah, I know, it's a bit much. So in the extra deck, so a lot of these are standard. You know, the 2 Sprite links are standard by now. Dark is as well. Ausa is one of my favorite cards in this format. If your deck can play Ausa, if you have an Earth monster that comes up frequently, play her. Because you can force out your opponent's Ishizu cards early with this, or you can just steal them, and then, you know, get a free disruption on your turn, or just help with your link climbing. You can also steal, you know, Kshatriya Fenrir with this, which is really nice. So if your deck can play Ausa, I highly recommend it. There have been so many times where I just crash this card so I can search a Kelback or I can search a Mudora. This card's great. Baguska, you run Baguska. Oh, gee, I wonder which archetype can run it because it's all Earth. Is it Subterror? Oh my god. Anyway. Yep. Yep, especially if your deck can run... especially if your deck can run like Fenrir and you have Fenrirs in the deck. Great, you can just, Pancake does not play Dragoon. But yeah, yeah, if your deck plays Fenrir already, like stealing your opponents and searching your own Fenrir, nice. It's really great. So then you also have Wallow. This card's been showing up more and more. I think this card rules. If you haven't read this one, monsters you control gain 100 attack and defense for each card in your opponent's graveyard. This card is hilarious against tier. There are times where you just like normal summon a 1500 monster and it's at 3500 for some reason. It's really cool. True, tier does have a hard time with Dragoon. Yeah, I like Wallow. People have been bouncing back and forth between Wallow or Beatrice. The other effect of Wallow, which I didn't even mention, is that it's a disruption. Target a card in your opponent's graveyard, detach 1 or 2 materials. 1, return it from the deck. 2, target its monster, special summon it face up or in face down defense position to your field. If not, you can set it. You can set a triple tactics talent. You could set a super poly. You can do whatever the hell you want with this card. It's really cool. Zeus. Of course. Zeus Dweller. Zeus Dweller in the mirror is very powerful. Baron. Baron's just very strong, and you can make this by summoning back your Herald of the Orange Light and, you know, putting 8 levels on the board along with it. I think that's a little silly, but it does come up. Bear on the floor. Yep. The one Rule Kalos, the one Kick Kalos, and the one Kaleido Heart. You got these standard at this point. And your other ones, your Mud Dragon on Swamp, your Garura, and your Dragostapelia. You know, as someone who's been playing since 2012, you told me in 10-4's your rank 6 would be the best non-rank 4 rank. Here we are. Yeah, surely. Yeah, you got Wallow, you got Beatrice, you got... What other rank 6s do we got? Ptolemy M7, which I love that card. Ptolemy M7 rules. Yeah. Then the side. So you side deck the one crime. I get this. I think with the number of board breakers, I'm not sure, but M7 is a rank 7. No, the Constellar, the rank 6 that Virtual World would play. It's a rank 6. So the crime in the side deck, I mean, you want to YCS with it, so there you go. Golden Nova! Yo, what's up? Thank you so much for the raid. There's a third scream on the side, which I thought was really interesting, but I didn't know, like, what is the context for where you side deck a third scream? I don't really understand the logic behind that, but, you know, once again, this bitch didn't win a YCS. This bitch ain't Jesse Cotton. I don't know. 3 Dark Ruler. Yeah, I think that's great for this run. To dig for crime. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Hello. You got the 3 triple tack. A lot of people are playing this in this format. I think triple tack gets a little bit weaker now because you don't have the heralds, but just slightly. I think it's still a pretty powerful one. Hello, Nova. Inside only is what Joshua is doing for this YCS as well. Yeah. Twin Twisters. This is also great for pitching your Ishizu cards. And then this is 100% Flu. Banshee and Zombie World. Yep. Zombie World is great against Flu. Yay. And then Scattershot because it's just our favorite card, right? Like we just love the design of Volcanic Scattershot. Like look at him. He's so pretty and there's no other reason why he plays Scattershot. We just want to send, you know, We just want to destroy all monsters our opponent controls, and no other reason, right? Right. Don't tell Konami. So, that was that was the winning deck list. Overall, big congrats to Jesse. Wonderful job with this. I'm so glad he finally won this year after having been so close. So in terms of the other ones that I'll talk about a little bit less, these are just some deck lists that I've seen lately that were interesting. Adventurous Sprite. So you still are going to see Sprite in this format. It can play a lot of hand traps. It can play, Bestials if it wants to. I like this one because the interaction of when you're grabbing the Griffin, pitching a Nimble Angler from your hand is pretty cool. And the Swap Frog pitch Enchantress is pretty nice too. Yep, tick tock, tick tock. You gotta have those time cards. Yep. Yeah, I thought this deck list was quite interesting. Also, Mannequin Cat is one of the best cards in this format. You have your Mannequin Cat targets here. You have your Scythe, your Thunder King Ryo, and your Newman. The interesting thing about Scythe, so you could bring out with Sanctum. Interesting enough, against here, you can do if they start by summoning one of the Ishizu cards, like using one of the hand effects of the Ishizu cards, you can summon Scythe off Mannequin Cat because they're both fairies, which is just really funny. Most of the time, you're just going to be special summoning the End of Anubis off of that, though. But yeah, pretty sweet. Or the Testudo era Newman. Yeah, this deck list I thought was kind of interesting. This one, so this is from the Ridgeland WCQ Regional. This was Bestial Dogmatica Scareclaw. So basically, it's using the one card, starter engines of the Scareclaws to be able to start off your plays while also playing quite a few hand traps, including a ton of Bestials. Basically, when you're looking at this deck, you're running, if you're counting the Bestials as hand traps, you're essentially running 8, 10, 12. You're running 18 hand traps in this, in a 42 card deck. Oh, sorry, that claw is scary. It's true. Yeah, and it's got low Dogmatica package. If all else fails, you can do your Nadir Servant, go into things. I thought this deck was pretty cool. So yeah, I think it has some cool things. Also, yeah, Nadir Sun Garura is just bonkers. We'd love to see it. And the one that will lead us into me doing some deck talk. So some of y'all probably saw this. So this was YCS Dortmund. This was Dinka Bui, who's an incredible player, who got top 64 with this deck, which is Ishizu Runic Naturia. So I think this deck is really interesting. A lot of the synergy that it has is that you want your Ishizu cards in the graveyard, and essentially with the runic cards, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ways in a 45 card deck to open a discard outlet, which is pretty nice. Iron with the Scallop. Scareclaw become the new Toon World and Funko all of its cards. So yeah, so this deck basically revolves around opening a runic card or two, and then opening Sacred Tree or an Ishizu card. So it has some interesting combo lines where you draw a lot of cards. You get to see a lot of your side deck. It doesn't lose to some of the other things. It didn't lose to Mystic Mine, of course, because of the runic cards. I really like this. So one of the combos that you'd see with it was you'd use any of your runic quick plays, summon out Hugin, pitch the Sacred Tree to grab the field spell, and then you do You do the Sacred Tree, add the Mole Cricket, Mole Cricket tribute itself, summon the Camellia, Camellia effect, do that. And then you'd go into like Stardust Charge or Coral Dragon. Sometimes you go into Coral Dragon if you add another Runic Quick Play. Because you'd be drawing like, in some terms, you'd be drawing like 5 cards off of this. So you can make some pretty powerful Synchro monsters. Of course, you can make Nat Beast. You also get access to the Naturia's Sunflower, which is very powerful when on field with Camellia. This deck is really cool. I like it, and I might be doing more stuff with Runic in the future. So yeah, big shouts to Dinkavui for a really cool deck list. So, those are some of the decks that we're playing at regionals and YCSs lately, but I wanted to use some of this stream to show off what I'll be bringing to the Tinley Park, Illinois regional on this Sunday. So, I've talked about this a little bit, but I'm going to be bringing Ishizu Naturia Vernisylph. So, I've talked about this deck quite a bit, and I've talked about the Vernisylphs a lot in trying to make a deck with them work. And so far, this is the closest thing that I've gotten to making them work. I know, you have your tuba thing. So I figured I'd just kind of go into the deck list, explain some of the ratios, explain some of the thoughts here, and yeah, go from there. True. Yeah, they're difficult sometimes. So, let me put this in order of the engines here. Let's see, so we got this. Let's get this here. This. And where's Vayne? Where's Vayne? Okay. So basically, this deck is essentially running 3 different engines that all work together in a pretty nice harmony. So I think this has some applications over the Runic build. I think the Runic build is better into back row decks, which, you know, we're going to be seeing more Di-Fi in this format. So, my favorite YuGiOh card, my favorite spell card for the YuGiOh TCG is either Small World or Obedience Schooled. So for your Shizu stuff, 3 Kalbeck, I might cut this down to 2 at some point. But I do like having 3 because it's such a good discard / send outlet. It's a good hand trap. It's good to mill. Like, it's kind of just good wherever you put it. So I really like this card. I like it at 3 right now. 3 Mudora and 3 Kaldo. You especially want to run Mudora in this because you are actually playing the Gravekeeper's Trap, which I'll go into in a little bit. Runic is so penis in the flu matchup. Yeah, that's true. And 3 Kaldo, this also can add any of these, so Kaldo is amazing in this deck. And the thing about the applications of the Vernisylph build is that instead of playing the Runic cards, you're playing essentially like 8 more Earth Fairy monsters. So the hand effects of Kaldo and Mudora are live way more often. 1000 Knives, cool. Valen solo activation, that's a good one for sure. And then I just play 1 Agito. Sometimes you want to search this, and sometimes you want to mill this. But it's not the most necessary thing. I side out of it a decent amount as well. So then for the Naturia package, basically everybody's playing these ratios for it right now. 3 Camellia and 3 Mole Cricket. These cards are busted. So Camellia is Armageddonite. You can send a Naturia card. You send your Sacred Tree. Hassan, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, so a lot of the time you're going to be sending, so you're gonna have Naturia Camellia sending your Sacred Tree to the graveyard, and you can add either Naturia Monster or your Naturia Blessing quick play spell. And Mole Cricket is, it's basically like a better Melfi Wally. Sorry to Melfi Wally. But, so Mole Cricket tributes itself and can special summon a Naturia from your deck. Usually you're summoning Camellia. If your opponent controls a monster with higher attack, you can summon out 2 from your deck, usually Camellia and Sunflower, depending on the circumstance. It special summons itself back from the graveyard when your opponent special summons from the extra, or you summon a Naturia from your extra. Yeah, this card is amazing. I really like it. And it's a quick effect during the main phases to special summon, which is really nice. Sunflower, so this is your monster negator. It tributes itself in a Naturia to negate a monster effect that is not once per turn, and Camellia can use an effect to, instead of tributing, just mill 2 cards. So you're basically always getting two hits off of Sunflower, sometimes 3 in some weird board states. But yeah, Sunflower is very, very good in this deck. I'd say of the 3 kind of brick Naturias, this is the only one that I'd say is totally mandatory. Yeah, I love Sunflower. This card is amazing. Stinkbug. This card is hilarious. This card comes up so much. It's just a battle fader. It's just a battle fader for your Naturia monsters. It is sometimes very oppressive. It is so funny. I love this card. And then Naturia Vane is your spell and trap negate. It's the same thing as Sunflower. It's not a once per turn. Has to tribute itself in another Naturia. It's good though. I think it probably deserves a place in main. Yeah. So now your Vernisylph engine. So first off, we'll put her to the end. So first off, the Vernisylph Duck. Vernisylph of the Misting Seedlings. So this card pitches itself and any other monster to be able to add an Earth Fairy to your hand. This can be a Vernisylph, or this can be a they are such good beans. This can be another Vernisylph, or it can be one of your Shizu cards, because guess what? They're all Earth Fairies. Synergy. Then I play 2 of the Vernisylph of the Flourishing Hills. This allows you to add a Vernisylph card to your hand, so you can add the duck, you can add the Awakening Force, or you can add the Vera. So I played 2 in terms of the Awakening Forest and the Flourishing Hills, because unlike in other decks where you probably want to run 3 of the duck, 3 of the hills, and like 1 of the Awakening Forest. Solo activation. Yeah, that's the one that places a it places a Valence in your spell and trap zone and then allows you to move 1. Yep. Place a Valence Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum zone. If card's in a field zone, you can banish this card, target a Valence monster in your MMZ, move it to an adjacent monster zone. Kinda does everything you want for the Valence deck. It's very good. But yeah. Anyway, so the thing with the Awakening Forest in this deck is that this is the one that's a Foolish Burial for any Earth monster that can be normal summoned or set. So you can send a Kaldo, you can send a Kalbeck, you can send Mudora, you can send a YuGiOh. You can send literally anything you want. You can also send Mole Cricket if you just like do not have your Naturia engine online and you're like playing against a deck that's like is going to special summon from the extra, and you'll be able to get out your Mole Cricket during their turn. Also, if you have the Naturia Quick Play in hand, then you can just send to the graveyard and then summon it back and get your engine going. Then the other one, which is a bit of a brick, but this card is incredible. So Vera, the Verniself Goddess, I've talked quite a bit about this card. So it's a monster effect negation on resolution if you have 5 or more earth monsters on your field. It special summons an earth monster from your graveyard during your opponent's turn as a quick effect. And during your turn, it's a Snatch Steal. It steals one of your opponent's monsters and it makes that monster earth. So this card is kind of bonkers. I really like it. The cards I've stolen with this are hilarious. I've stolen Exosister and Michaelis, which is very funny because even if Michaelis used its effect on that turn, you can still use its effect because it's an effect about like when you control it. So if control switches, you can use the effect. I've stolen Heat Soul, I've stolen Druid's Worm, I've stolen Baron. Like this card's hilarious. And yeah, it's because you play enough Verniselfs here, you usually can get it out. Sometimes, honestly, you just tribute summon it though. You like tribute Mole Cricket and like a Mudora or a Keldo, just because it's that powerful. The one Herald, because that's all we're allowed to play now. So this is something that I haven't seen in a lot of Naturia decks. Prosperity. So this deck is not always the most consistent, and it does play a few bricks. Yep. Yeah, so this deck does play a few bricks, and it's hard, and sometimes you just don't see your engine. You can banish a decent amount of cards in this, to be able to see more. Sometimes I banish 3, sometimes I banish 6. The thing is, you're playing 3 engines. You do not have a whole lot of space for utility, so you need to see your side deck cards, and Prosperity is so good for that. And if you notice, basically every one of your going second cards in this is something that's good to draw for Prosperity. So your Evenly Matched, your Twisters, and your Dark Rulers. So yeah. And then in the main deck, I play 3 Forbidden Droplet. Droplet is huge in this deck. Being able to send your Shizu cards is amazing. Also, being able to send Sacred Tree. I was playing in a game yesterday, and opponents set up like, what was it? They set up Rule Kalos, Crime, and a Dweller, I think. And so I dropletted the Rule Kalos and Dweller, sending Sacred Tree, so they could not crime it. Which is a really cool interaction in this deck. I really like the fact that like you play a trap that you actually want to hit your graveyard, which can be like strangely very powerful against Tearlaman's Crime. So that's a really cool interaction in this. The other Naturia cards, 3 Naturia Blessing. This is a non-once per turn monster reborn or special summon from hand. It can also synchro summon by synchroing monsters, including a Naturia that you control. It can also fusion summon, but we're not making Exterio. So Sacred Tree, when it goes to the graveyard, it's a mandatory effect to add a Naturia card from your deck to your hand. So usually you're adding Blessing, but if you don't already have your Naturia engine, you add Camellia or Mole Cricket. And then Gravekeeper's Trap. This card is amazing in this deck because it has the effect about Exchange of the Spirit, which basically makes Gravekeeper. If you have Exchange of the Spirit in your graveyard, Gravekeeper's Trap basically becomes a Dweller and a Sanaphond. Broken. Hey, Jason. And so it also allows you to pitch Sacred Trees out of your hand, pitch a Shizu cards, and allows you to add an Earth Fairy. So this can be any of your Vernisylphs or any of your Ishizu cards. Really powerful in this deck. I very much like it. The extra deck. I feel I'm still a little bit back and forth on this extra deck, but so far, got IP Masquerena. Usually you go into this with like your Ishizu cards if you have 2 of them on the field. And let's say you have like a kind of bricky hand where you have 2 Ishizu cards and like you have the Ishizu monsters to normal or special and not really any engine, but you have like a Sacred Tree in your hand. So you go Masquerena into Unicorn, so you can pitch that Sacred Tree and spin that, so you'll have engine for next turn. Cerberus, this card comes up all the time. It's also an Earth, so it doesn't conflict with your Vernisylphs, which lock you only into Earth monster effects. This card is good for like most of the time people are going to like Baguska is huge in this format, and a lot of people summon Baguska to the main monster zone instead of the EMZ, of course, because it's not a link monster. Cerberus can easily just pop it under most of those circumstances if it's during, if it's in defense. I already talked a bit about Ausa earlier. This card is so easily made in this deck, and it's just really, really powerful for forcing out interruptions, for crashing to get just the card you need. It's great. Phoenix, because there's going to be a lot of die-fi. Unicorn, Axis Code. Yeah, so this deck is actually pretty good at link spam, just because you're putting out so many bodies on board. So making Axis Code is not too difficult, and you have quite a few different attributes that you can put in the graveyard. So yeah, Axis Code is pretty good in this deck. The rank 4s, so you have Dugaris, Dweller, and Baguska. So basically, you make Dugaris in weird circumstances. Yes, I am. I'm going to be at the regional in Tinley Park. So Dugaris, you make this in a few different circumstances. Like, you might summon something from the graveyard. You might do the draw 2 so you can free up your hand of a couple of bricks. Yeah, Dugaris has a lot of applications in this deck, and I love this card. It's one of the best rank 4s, for sure. And then these are basically like, you make Dweller against Tyr, and you make Baguska against Ishizu. That's kind of how it goes. Yeah, true. Very, very sad. And you have your Zeus, of course, because Zeus Dweller. Baguska is also a pretty good monster to make with Zeus. So then your Synchros. So Naturia Beast. Of course, this is like one of your main pieces. You go into Beast all the time. You have Barkion as well. You don't go into Barkion that much. Usually this is a card that I banish off of Prosperity, to be honest. But I mean, this card is so powerful against trap decks that you just make it, and it's a good card regardless. Omega is kind of a choice that I haven't seen a lot of other people playing. What I like about Omega is that basically, no matter if you like banish stuff off of Prosperity or anything, Omega makes it so that nothing is ever, like, none of your cards are ever truly gone. Because even if they get banished face down, Omega can still return them to the graveyard. A lot of what I do with this card is that I make this card in simplified game states, and I will return my Ishizu cards back to the graveyard to be able to recycle my Naturia resources. So it doesn't come up all the time, but this card is basically like, it kind of helps make sure that like your grind game is going to be more powerful than anyone else's. So yeah, I really like Omega, even if it doesn't come up that much. Corian Gandrax. So I'm finally able to use this card in a deck, which I love. It needs 2 or more tuners and 1 non-tuner monster. If you're going second, Mole Cricket is a 1-card Corian Gandrax, because you normal summon Mole Cricket, tribute Mole Cricket, summon out 2 Camellias. Camellia send Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree add Blessing. Blessing summon Mole Cricket. Then Camellia plus Mole Cricket makes Corian Gandrax. This card is great in this format. and if you can make it, I highly recommend it. I've also thought about putting in Trish, but I don't like that Trish is a when effect. So it's non-targeting, but Trish is a when effect and it doesn't have an additional effect. Gandrax, when it's destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon a banished monster, which is really good value as well. And then Barone, of course, because you can make this with like, it depends on the hand. You can make this with like Camellia plus Sunflower plus and a Shizu, things like that. In terms of other cards I had been thinking about for the side, or for the extra deck, Chengying has been in this deck a bit. I'm not sure. I don't go into him that often, but of course he's hugely powerful. Silent Honor Arc is another thing that I was thinking of for the extra deck, because it's a good card to make Zeus, and it also gets over cards like Avermax, because you just attack into the Avermax and then detach so you don't die and then make Zeus to out the Avermax. You can also, I was watching a deck profile with someone where they were like talking about Silent Honor Arc, like, you know, sucking up a Rolkalos or sucking up a Kaleido Heart, which is, you know, very impactful. So, yeah, so that's the extra deck right now. It might have some changes to it. We'll have to see. In the side deck, I've been going back and forth on the side. I'm probably going to put in Gamma at some point, along with Driver. So I'd probably take out like Judgment or something. Yeah, so a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory. Exchange of the Spirit, if you mill this while you have Gravekeeper's Trap up, like I said, it's a Dweller and a Sanaphon for Gravekeeper's Trap. And also it gives these extra effects. So this allows you to mill extra cards. This one allows you to mill extra. This is the one that adds a trap, right? This is the one that's. Yeah, you can send 5 more. Kelbeck is the one that adds, that can set a trap. Mudora can shuffle back 5 cards instead of 3, as can Kaldo. So it's really nice, but it's pretty much dead against some decks. So I think keeping in the side is better, just because it's not great going second, and it can be a bit of a brick. But I like putting in going first against graveyard decks. And then really like the only other like spicy thing in here is Naturia Bamboo Shoot. This card is finally playable and it kind of rolls. While you control this face-up card that is tribute summoned by tributing a Naturia monster, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards. So this card is basically Spell Canceller and Jinzo all in one, by tributing a Naturia monster. So back in the day, people tried to make this work with like Naturia Pineapple on your like turn 3 or something. This deck can just do it turn 1. So yeah, Bamboo Shoot is really powerful, and I like keeping it in the side. No, it's Spell Canceller and Jinzo, because it doesn't allow your opponent to activate traps or spells. So yeah, this card is kind of bonkers. So let me I can just do like some testing to show y'all like what exactly this deck does. So this is kind of an interesting hand. Actually, I need to have an opponent for this so I can show some of the milling stuff. True. Yep, exactly. So with a hand like this, so this is a bit of an interesting one. So you might look at this and be like, oh, I actually don't have access to any of my, so I have access to the Vernus Elves, I have access to the Shizu cards, but I don't have access to the Naturia package. So what you can do with this is there are a lot of different ways you can actually go about this hand. What I like to do is, most of the time, like if you're playing against, you know, tier, You just want to get your Medora or your Keldo out on the field as soon as possible. So with this, we do like Keldo, pitch Medora, because I don't think I really need the Gravekeeper's Trap, because I already have so many damn Earth Fairies in my hand. And then this we can just add an YuGiOh here. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the Burn Itself effect. Now you're going to be locked into Earth Monster effects, so just remember that. You're going to use the effect of Awakening Forest, and you're going to send the YuGiOh. And then off of this, you're actually going to send your Naturia, your Mole Cricket. And then you can summon from your graveyard. It doesn't really matter. You can just summon Awakening Forest here. And then you can trigger the effect of the YuGiOh. Because you already have 2 shufflers in there, you can just kind of go for the Gusto if you want. And so we mill a Sacred Tree. So Sacred Tree activates as Chainlink 1 because it's a mandatory. So then off of the Sacred Tree, you're going to add a Blessing. Oop, that one milled the Sacred Tree as well. Gonna add a Blessing here. And then what you could do, if you didn't mill the Sacred Tree, what you could have just done is use the effect of Misting Seedlings to special summon out your Mole Cricket and then just get your Naturia engine online. That's why Awakening Force is so important for the deck, because it just puts whatever piece you didn't have already into the graveyard. So if you didn't have access to your Shizu cards, it gets your Shizu stuff online. And if you didn't have access to your Naturia engine, it gets your Naturias online. So let's just do Blessing here. So Blessing, going to summon. And let's summon out your Camellia actually here. Now you're going to send another Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree is not a once per turn, so yay. So now you're going to grab I think for this one, you probably want grab a Sunflower here. Because then you'll be able to summon it from the graveyard, yada yada. So with this setup, let's just go for a Dweller with these two. And then we're going to use this. We're going to pitch the Sunflower. We're going to add a Flourishing Hills. We're going to special summon out a Mole Cricket. And then, let's see, how many of our shufflers do we have? Yeah, let's do Mole Cricket effect, and then effect of Camellia to just mill a couple. See what our mills were. That's actually kind of interesting. Because now you can special summon out your... I kind of like summoning out Vayne here. And then you take these. You can just make a Nat Beast. You can just put in the extra monster zone if you want, because you're not really link summoning yet. And you have so many ways to bring back Nat Beast in this deck that it's truly fine. You could honestly put, in this board state, you could honestly put Barkion and Beast on the board if you wanted to. So then with this, we're going to do these two. And then we're just going to add another Misting Seedlings for next turn. And then we're just going to summon out a Vera. We summon out Sunflower or Vera. So this might look like kind of a really weird board. But basically what you have is, this deck is very customizable. You can change around the end boards to what you want. So basically what you have on this board is a full board of shit. So you have a Dweller on board, you have Naturia Vane. This could also be the Naturia Sunflower, or the Stink Bug if you want. Depends on what you're looking for. You have Naturia Beast, which is, you know, negate a bunch of spells and traps. Vera can special summon an earth monster from your graveyard during your turn, or during your opponent's turn. You have the Caldo and the Mudora in the graveyard for graveyard disruption. And the Mole Cricket can tribute itself on your opponent's turn and summon some other things out. And Vera is also a monster negate. So this is kind of one of the boards that you can have with it. And notice that, like, there wasn't, like, I didn't start with any Naturia stuff, and now I just have, like, full Naturia things. So these engines all work really well in tandem with each other to be able to make these very interesting boards and very customizable boards. So, you know, if you're playing against Flu, you can make a Baguska instead of a Dweller, and then, like, set up other things that will allow you to play through if your Baguska gets negated or outed. But yeah, so that's a little bit with the deck. I guess after that, if anybody wants to play, I'm a bit tired, but I think I could go for a match or something. If anyone wants to jump in for a game, you can go ahead and put that in the chat. So yeah, this deck is, I really like this deck. I'm interested to see how it does at the regional. I'm definitely worried about, like, some back row decks and things. But I think it is, I think it's really cool. And I think it's strong, so. Ren, let's do it. Okay, I'll open up a room then. So let me change around this. I don't really need judgment in the deck, especially if I'm going to be putting out the boy. Let's see. Yeah, let's put in Gamma, because I don't want to get de-shifted. I swear I'm not metagaming against you, Ren. Let's see. What do I not want in this? What do I want for the third Gamma? Probably the Ruler? Kind of like Ruler. Probably evenly. No, Ruler. Yeah, let's just go with that for now. Cool. Alright, Ren, I'll make a room. It'll be in US West Casual. I'll host it. I'll put the timer at like 1500 seconds. I will just make the password Ren with a capital W. Thank you. Yeah, I don't remember what this team is called, but yeah, I dig it. It is called... Indigo. Man. My voice gets so tired when I do these. I think it's because of, like, just sitting up a lot, you know? Or, like, yeah, I guess I'm kind of squishing my diaphragm a bit. Alright. Ren, if you're ready, let's do this. Alright. Let's go. We going first, baby. Alright, so what are we doing? Alright, so what are we doing with this hand? This is an interesting one. So... Ooh. Muy complicado. This is risky. kind of... No. Let's have this. Flower beatdown incoming. Alright. Let's see the mills. Ren is on Chatrula Punk as usual. Let's see. What do we mill here? These are interesting. I don't know if they're good, but they're interesting. Okay. How are we going about this now? You know, part of me kind of wants to make... Okay. Wish I had a Vernus Elf in hand. That would have made this a little bit easier, but that's okay. Some Camellia. Ren has something for me. Can play trap tricks with this set. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that would have been fun too. Yeah, honestly, I probably would be playing Fenrir in this deck if I could afford it right now. But that is just like, you know, $200 for a set of Fenrirs, which is not really in my budget right now. Or even like $150 for 2 of them. Any response? Big think, big think. Ogre on the Camellia. That's fine. Let's do Sacred Tree. Grab Blessing. Blessing effect. So I'm back at the Camellia. Now this is where this hand is going to get a little weird, y'all. We're going for Dugars. There's an Imperm here that's going to be pretty awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Woo! Okay. Oh, that was really good. Oh, yeah, this kind of whips. Okay. I'm gonna pitch Sacred Tree. Gonna add a Mole Cricket? Yeah. Let's add Mole Cricket. Now we got the duck. Let's do duck. Duck effect. God, this deck is so wild. I kind of want to add. Do I want to add the Mudora here? Let's add Flourishing. Let's summon out the Mole Cricket. And let's do Flourishing. Pitch the cow back, or the YuGiOh. Let's add the Awakening Forest. Camellia. I don't really need to use a YuGiOh here. Let's do Mole Cricket, Camellia effects. Search summon out Sunflower. And let's do Beast. Let's do Beast here. Mole Cricket. Elsa. How badly are we overextending here? I should probably just end on this. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably just end on this for now. Yeah. I think this is fine. Ogre Dance. That is fine. Okay, Xiaolan. Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune's fine. Where's the other send? The Wagon. Okay. Yeah, these are cool decks. Let's see. Sharakusai. I kind of want to banish the Sharakusai. So you can't make the fusion. Let's save Fenrir. Because I actually want to wait for the special summon from the extra deck. Because that's going to allow me to trigger Mole Cricket. Herp Rising does the tributes. Goes into the 2. A lot of resources that we use for that. Do this. Oh, there is the Gamma. Woo! Okay. Let's see, what are we doing here? That's a lot of material that starts going up on that board, though. That's fine. Is Fenrir still procs? Now, I think, let's see, I think I'm gonna do Camellia here. Let's see, if we do Special Summon, Chain, Fenrir, banish the Deer Note. I think I sequenced this correctly. Yep, and then Special Summon the Stink Bug. Yeah. One more card in hand. Big think time, y'all. Oh, man. Ugh, man. So, here, Ren could go into the synchro, the Punk Synchro 8. Yeah, I was hoping so. Could go into the Synchro 8 and then could also go into Psychic End Punisher from there, which would probably be pretty rough in this instance. Not impossible though. And I could also like attack into it and then steal it with Vera on the next turn, so. I still have 2 monster negations with Sunflower. I have the Stink Bug for the Battle Fader effect. Yeah, it is Psychic End Turbo. Yeah. So we still have you know, no spells, Battle Fader. Both are PP bad. Then Mikada PP. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see what the bad plays are. Tree Summon Unicorn. Holy. Oh, that goes wild. Yo. Oh, you can go into Baron here. Okay. Pee pee poo poo for kid. Gosh, there's a Baron. Oh, Oh. Shengyang. Oh, that's Dabingus. True. Oh my gosh. Interesting. End of main. Yeah, so it goes to battle, and then he just walks into, like, Fenrir or something. Yeah, that's cool. Does he have anything he can banish from the grave right now? Right, I did not get the draw because of the Dugaris. Okay, how are we doing this? What do I want to do here? So, how do I want to handle this? Could just go into Unicorn and spin it back. I feel like that's probably the move. Yeah, it's probably the move is probably just Unicorn. And we can go into Barkia and bring back, yeah. Yep. Unicorn effects. Spinny spin. And then we do Barkion, Mo Cricket, and Access. Got him. The Cheng wasn't Ying Ying. True. Okay, so going second. What do you want to side in here? So if we're doing Psychic End, I think, and the Kshatriya stuff, I feel like there's probably going to be some Dai-Fi in my future. I feel like Twisters is probably good here. I feel like, Twisters is probably nice. I think we take out Vayne here. I think we take out a Kelbeck. Probably take out a Gravekeeper's Trap, even though that's a consistency piece that I'm not wild about taking out. I feel like that's probably the move. I think this is pretty alright, because we take care of the, like, so we have, you know, Droplet, and we have the Prosperity, and we have the Twin Twisters. I feel pretty decent about this. So we have some good discard outlets and send outlets. Let's try this. Let's go into it with this. Thank you. Yeah, this deck is really, really cool. Love it. I regret taking on Gravekeeper's Trap now. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, you hate to see it, folks. No Gamma. I just, like, I'd have to remove some more, like, yeah, I probably should have taken out some of my Shizu core to make Gamma work. Yeah, probably should have done that, but you know, I was more worried about like Dai-Fi, I guess, than Shifter. So, Baron. Send back over. Set 1. This hand was not it. Yeah, it happens sometimes. There's the Dai-Fi. Is it, or not the Dai-Fi, macro? Oh, it's just preparation. Okay, cool. See, if your opponent activates a trap card or effects, well, let's bait out the Baron. Gotta negate it. Callback effects. Brr. Ooh, let's see, what was meld? Yeah, fuck it, let's do the YuGiOh too. Unicorn's gonna be able to banish something, which I'm not wild about, but you know what, that's fine. We need some resources here. Ogre, oh yeah, also can look at the top cards. That's fine. I'm guessing Ren's gonna banish like Nat Beast or something. Might banish one of the things that can make Zeus in this as well. All these monsters are in attack, which makes Zeus difficult. What's it gonna be? The hit is... it's the Zeus, yep. And what is the banish off the ogre? The banish off the ogre was a blessing. That's... yeah, that's probably the best one to banish, TBH. Blessing, okay. Or the sacred tree for a blessing. That's cool. Works for me. Do I have a mole cricket already in the graveyard? Preparation. Banish a card from my hand face down. I don't like that. I do not yet have a mole cricket in the grave. I'm just gonna blessing here so I can get this Camellia out of my hands. What was the Caldo? That's fine. Okay, so now we use Camellia. That's fine. Noob man. Hello. What are the targets? Do I care about them? I do, because I don't want two of my blessings banished. So, we're gonna do Medora. We're gonna do Medora effects. Shuffle this, and what do I want back in the deck? I guess the duck, it doesn't really matter. Some sacred tree effects. We have not yet normal summoned, so I can just grab the mole cricket. And this is where it gets fun, y'all. Baron effects. Why is Baron activated? Didn't Baron negate with the twin twisters? Wait, why are we in standby? Oh, we were still. Oh my god, that was still standby? Holy shit. Oh my god. I didn't realize that was still only standby. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so Ogres already used its effect, Unicorn already used its effect, Preparations already used its effect. We're good. Fuck it, we ball. There's not a Camellia in the graveyard, there's already one in my hand though. That's fine. But I've already used the effect of Camellia. Okay. So, that's fine. Alright, I can summon out 2 of these. Hello, Flank. Hey, London. Oh. Ren ain't ready for this. See, I haven't used the Vernislift effect, right? Yeah, okay. So I hear you like banishing. Is this what we do? Yeah, this is it's too funny to not do it, yo. I gotta. Although, I could also make Baron here. I could also make Baron Beast. No, this is too funny. It's too good. Crystron, Corin Gandrax. Let's go. Bam, bam, bam. See ya, bozo. Oh, girl, I was 7th grade spelling champ in my school district. I can do that. Woo! There we go. Now, the thing is, I do not have a Camellia in the deck now, which makes things a bit awkward. So, yeah. Really wish I could have kept that Mudora, but yeah. I'm just hoping that there isn't a... let's see, shut your lab birth. During your main phase. Summon when you're Kashtira monsters. This is really awkward. Because I milled the sunflower as well, and I don't have another, yeah, like shuffler in my graveyard. Honestly, I shouldn't have gone for the Corian Gandrax. Because it was just too tempting, honestly. But, you know what? Yeah, let's just get the Mole Cricket off the field for now. Just summon out the Stink Bug. Banishing the second blessing. That is annoying. Should have just gone for Beast Baron there, honestly. Oh yeah, Chinggis. Oh, are you gonna walk in? Oh, please walk into the Corn Gandrax. I mean, so it's gonna banish something from my extra deck, and then that's gonna trigger the Chinggin. That's fine. Might as well just send the Stink Bug. What was the banish? Access code. You person. Let's see, what are my outs? So I still have the... Ooh, banishing the sunflower. That's a pain in my ass. I really want to draw a Vernisylph here. It's just that easy. Okay. Let's fucking go. Well, it's mostly lurking. It's all good. Let's see. Because I need to shuffle back my gosh darn resources. Let's see, what am I going to be able to summon here? I guess the move would be like the mole cricket. But then I also just like... Let's see. So, what are we adding here? Honestly, Vera is very funny. I'm not gonna do that here. Yeah, because we're gonna do Flourishing Hills first. You person. Thanks. Alright, so let's summon out the mole cricket. Yeah. Summon out mole cricket. Unfortunately, as soon as I use Mudora, then it's gonna be able to do the thing that I don't like. Unicorn's gonna banish them from my extra. Big energy here. Let's add Vera. Let's see, how many sacred trees? There's only one sacred tree, and there's still a blessing in my deck, I believe. Because 2 of them were banished. Okay. So we're gonna be able to do Camellia here. Camellia, if I can send that 3rd sacred tree. And then the unicorn triggers, that's fine. And Chenging is going to be able to banish something. I had been trying to avoid that, but I think it was slightly impossible. Chenging. Or the mills. Another sacred tree. Okay. Now we use Midora. We're going to shuffle back sacred tree, Camellia, and do we shuffle back the other Camellia? Yeah. And summon out 2 more Camellias. Ooh, double mole cricket. Blessing. Oh, I forgot about that with the preparations. That sucks. Oh, man. Let's see. If I activates the trap card effect, yeah. It's rough, dog. It's rough. Because now my Vera probably gets banished. Yep, damn it. Alright, what are we doing with this gosh darn hand? Let's see, is there a Fenrir in the graveyard? There is not. God damn it. Oh boy. I might be cooked here, y'all. Simon decklist unbuilt these. Yeah, this decklist. Run's been playing this deck for like months. Well, Do we just go into Baguska? I think we just go into Baguska. We. I love fun and interactive Yu-Gi-Oh gameplay. we goose until we loosen. Oh man, okay. Birth. I'm sure Ren has some link monsters. When in doubt, Baguska. True. Jam Extreme Session. That's bad. That's very bad. Yeah, I got greedy with that Korean Gandrax play for sure. But that's okay. Yes. I love that Extreme Session still draws you cards. Like, it's pretty wild. Nightmare Unicorn. Sure. Yeah, you got this. Add the birth. Yep. And the tune is Foxy. Yep. Jurity Punk. Camellia? Camellia summon back. Camellia. Camellia, send the... I love the fact that Camellia can just do that for Camellia. That's very funny. Yep. And then Chenging destroys me. It's all good. We go game 3. That's very true. That's true. I'm just letting Ren, like, you know, BM right now, honestly. I love having 17 cards banished to Ren's 0. $4,700 Chungus. Wait, what you mean? That was the funniest draw. What is it? Oh my god, what is it? Okay. I think the other card Nan is the... Oh god. Now you're just playing. Kashira Runic in Omega. Cool. What's the synergy between Kashira and Kshatrila and Runic? Smile. True. You tell me I'm deaded. True. Big Sam. I need lethal. You had lethal. You just walk into the... Girl, you just walk into the... Oh my god. You just walk into the Camellia. Like... Dragon Trap so you can get out Psychic End. Oh god, you're going for like hella lethal. Yo, I'm gonna be 5 million dead. Like, oh god. Double lethal. Touch banish the. Ah, interesting. Just end my life. Oh my god, just end me. Just end me. Just end me. Kill me now. Oh god, how big is this Psychic End? 89. It's a big boy. I thought about playing Psychic End in this deck because I do have like Synchro 11 plays I can do sometimes, but yeah. Hot. Alright. You had your fun. Alright. Okay. I feel like Ren might shifter me, so I'm gonna do a Called by the Grave. We're gonna put in the boy. We're gonna put in Gravekeeper's Trap, because once again, like, that probably would have saved me in that game. Don't need Vayne. I got the YuGiOh. Let's see, flex so hard. Yep. Flexin'. My gosh. Okay. See, what's the hand here? Wow, this is a weird hand. Okay. That's fine. It's still playable. Actually, it's still quite playable, I think. Okay. Shifter me. Shifter me, Ren. God damn it. So here we're gonna send the, because we're gonna summon out, so I think we actually do the because I think I want to add the bamboo shoot. Do we mill? I think we mill here. And we summon out the Camellia. So we do... Camellia, Chainlink 1, Calbeck, Chainlink 2. Just to protect against Ogre, because I know he's playing that. Okay, so what do we hit here? Okay, nothing really of note here. Super Poly, that might fuck me up. Cool, we hit a Mole Cricket, that's pretty good. Actually, it's kind of awkward. Oh, we hit... Oh yeah, we hit a Keldo too. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're gonna send a Sacred Tree here. And Sacred Tree is gonna add us a... You know, I could just tribute summon Bamboo Shoot and call it a fucking day. Let's add Blessing here. So it's Blessing. Special summon. Special summon the Mole Cricket here. And effective Mole Cricket. Camellia effect, mill. Those mills did not matter, but that's fine, I guess. We'll do... Honestly, we could do Baron. We could do Baron, we do Baron Nat Beast. Or we could do... We could do Baron Nat Beast, or we could do, what's the other option we could do? Or Sunflower, like Sunflower Nat Beast Camellia. I think I like... So if we do this here... No, because we can do... Because we have not yet normal summoned. So we could do Sunflower and... Just do Sunflower. Let's do... Beast. It's probably gonna be like a Dark Ruler and I'm gonna be like, fuck me. The Mole Cricket. Yeah, and then like I could just normal summon this Camellia and make a Barkion too. That feels kind of greedy though. That feels pretty greedy. Feels greedy, man. I don't know. I feel like I should probably not be greedy. Dark Ruler. Oh well. Maybe there's a stink bug in the graveyard too, so we can just summon that out. Should have I should have normal summoned the Camellia, I think. Even better. Oh, there's an evenly. Shit. Oh my god. Okay. That's actually not that. Oddly enough, I think we keep around the Sunflower. I don't know. Okay, so there's an evenly here. What do I want to summon? Or do we keep out the... See, this is the thing, is like... When you take out Vayne, and you don't go into Bamboo Shoot, then you're like super weak to evenly. If we do Mole Cricket here, we summon out another Camellia. Camellia gets us place for next turn, and we know we're not gonna die. And Camellia can also bring back the Mole Cricket or the Beast. I think we just deal with... Because we don't get any disruptions or anything if we don't summon out this. So I think we just keep Beast on the... I think we Mole Cricket here. We do Mole Cricket for Camellia. This would have been way better at a Captain Vayne, I guess. And then we do some Sacred Tree just so we have follow-up. And we also could get the Mole Cricket back in our hand for next turn. We could also Bamboo Shoot. Let's just grab Blessing. And we'll just keep Beast on board so at least Ren can't do a Birth. Because Sunflower can't just chill in the... No. Ren ain't bluffing. So we're gonna banish these two. Because there's E-Tally, there's Birth, so I think keeping Beast is the right move. Ogre Dance? Okay. That's fine. And if it gets removed, then I can also just Gamma. Okay, Xiamen. Xiamen is activated. Get this back going. Okay. Foxy tune? Foxy's fine. What was the pitch off Foxy? Is it a spell? I hope it's a spell. It's another ogre dance. Okay. So punk heading hand. Sharakusai. Okay. See, the thing is, I'm like, I kind of don't want to remove, like, I kind of don't want to summon out Mole Cricket here because I want Beast to get removed from the field. Because then I can Gamma. We're gone. Grabbing the extreme session. Okay. Can't activate extreme session just yet. I'm gonna need to go into a Psychic and Punisher probably to get rid of East. Unless there's like, you know, Cerberus or something. And even if it gets sent to the graveyard, it doesn't matter. Like, Vernisylphs can bring it back, Camellia can bring it back, Blessing can bring it back. Like, you out Beast once and it, like, I've summoned Nichiri Beast 3 times in one game in this deck, like, just because, like, unless it's banished, it's not going anywhere. It just comes right back out. Okay, Dragon Drive. Okay. Deer Notes. I think probably here is, like, I probably use the yeah, let's do this now. So we'll use the Keldo here. We'll target my Sacred Tree, my Blessing, let's see, this is activated, Sharakusai. Yeah, shuffle back in the Sharakusai. Adding a Xiamen, so I guess just Xiamen for next turn. Second? Yeah. Do I summon Mole Cricket here? Because Sekgen is going to, see, is there another monster that can be summoned? Is the thing. I should probably not be, yeah, I should probably not be like pining for this Gamma activation. I should probably just go for the Mole Cricket here. Although I'm not really that worried. That's, yeah. I'm just gonna let it happen. Just go to the end phase. Yeah, that's totally fine. So we have Blessing, we have Keldo. That's interesting. So there's just a Psychic End in defense. What am I gonna do about that? So Keldo, I want to be able to get the Medora to get the Gravekeeper Strap so I can have more Vernisylphs in hand. I don't think it's really gonna happen. So Ren's at 56. I need to get my life points down to be able to get rid of this Psychic End. So the move might be to like attack in with a small monster. Yeah, I honestly think that's probably the move. And then to like out it. Because then it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna increase its attack too. So the move honestly might be to just go to like, no, because, yeah, okay. do Blessing. Could be fine, just like negate it with Beast. Let's do Mole Cricket. It's normal Summon Camellia. Camellia effects. Send on Sacred Tree, and let's just grab Bamboo Shoot because it's funny. Let's use Mole effects. Camellia effect. Summon another Mole Cricket. So we can audit with Cerberus. We have to go to battle phase first. It's awkward, but like it's totally doable. So because then I would go down to 45. I should make more plays before a possible Gamma though. So let's make this board fucking obnoxious. Could just go for a Barkion too. Ausa? Is there a Fenrir in the graveyard? God, still no Fenrir. There's Deer Note. That doesn't help us that much. Let's just go to battle. Because Ren's Psychic End is going to go up to 59. That's fine, because then I can attack in with... It's in defense still, so I can just attack in. Drop that down. Main phase 2. So here we can go... Oh yeah, we could just pop it with Baron too. Oh, we can, yeah, bring something back with, whatchamacallit. Okay, so let's do, have I used the Vernisylph this turn? No. Okay. So let's do Baron. And Baron, pop. And then we do Awakening Forests. Pitch the Caldo. And let's send down another Calbeck. And we'll special summon back the Camellia. Callback effects. These mills just don't really matter at this point. Hey, there's a Fenrir. Not that it really matters, but... There are no more targets for Sacred Tree. I could have just shuffled it back with a Caldo, but I don't think it really matters that much at this point. I forgot that I normal summoned. Oh well. Wow, this is a sloppy game. I'm tired. Sorry, y'all. Do I just shuffle back Beast and then just remake it? No, that's fine. Whatever. Whatever, I don't care. If a monster is summoned, then I'll just summon back Nat Beast with Camellia. Could also use the Baron effect. No. Keep the negate live. I forgot that I had normal because I could just gone for Bamboo Shuta. See, I probably should have brought back Beast. Now this is gonna be a pain in my ass. Because now Chachula's gonna be summoned. Should have taken that Fenrir out of the graveyard too. Yeah, that was not my smartest play, honestly. And then Fenrir can try to banish a card face down. That's annoying. I don't want that. Whatever. Yep, and there's just like another Fenrir. Sure. But there was already the normal summon use of the Kashir at birth, so like... So I don't think Unicorn can do anything. Unless Fenrir walks into this Baron. Which is kind of silly, but like... It is sort of a play. Oh, yeah, unless he normal summons Xiaomin. That's also an option. And just make your own Baron. Might as well just summon the other mole cricket. God, this Gamma has just been rotting in my hand all game. Ugh. Baron, take out Baron, that's fine. Stream session. Oof. That is fine. You can get that beast all you want. Does this thing do piercing damage? You gain life points. It attacks into the mole crickets. And Caldo. I'm gonna put back the Camellia, the Stink Bug, and how many sacred trees are in here? 2. Let's put back a blessing. Now this one's live, so I'm not gonna take damage from that. Camellia. Do I want to use that effect? I guess. Oh, cool, we put another Mudora in the grave. But we also put one of the Camellias, which sucks. Yep. But we get the Stink Bug out, so that's kind of fine. Stink Bug! Let's go! Let's see, is there back row? We both... Folks, we have both not played our best in this game 3. Let's see what happens here. So... Probably gonna use the Baron effect in standby. Into the main... What's in there? Just a Mudora, right? Yeah, okay. End phase. What's the draw for turn? Give me a Verniself. Not another Gamma, motherfuck. Fenrir. Mudora. Target the Fenrir. My Sacred Tree. And that beast. Could have lent some so I could get back my Nat Beast actually. Let's summon Barkion. Normal summon Bamboo Shoot too. Oh, did I shuffle back my Nat Beast? Oh, I guess I did. Baller. Hello. Cool. There is a Fenrir in there too. Yeah, okay, let's do... Let's do Nat Beast. And then Mill Cricket, special summon itself back. And then... And do Ausa. Ausa effect. Grab Fenrir. I could also crash the Ausa here. Oh, we could just... Oh, I could just fucking go for, like, access code here. I could just do that. Is there anything that's gonna fuck me up if I go for access code? Said, how are you like Gamma? True. Bamboo Shoot's cool. I like it in the side. Yeah, like, it could do something cool here, but... Eh. I could just crash this and go into Verniself stuff, but like... Actually, could I just go for game here? Oh yeah, I can just go for game. Let's do that then. I love stealing Fenrirs. Whenever a game is there, we go. Yeah. GG's, friendo. Ah, man. Okay. GG's, Ren. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That's... Yeah, this deck is so fun to play, though. Damn. The Kshatriya Punk deck is so tough. Is Like, it's a cool deck too. It's really tough. And like, of course, it gets Shatrila monsters just get ridiculous. Thank you. We've all we both messed up a little bit, but you know, bound to happen. GG's. Hey, glad to hear it. Glad to. Oh, not GG's 1-1. GG's exclamation points. Glad to be a Naturia. What's the word for it? Naturia advocate, Naturia preacher, whatever. Nice. I need to get some Fenrir's. Really do. I'd love to play them in this deck. But yeah, GG's 11 is the first Evil's Twitch channel meme. Oh man. So guys, I think that is going to be closing it out for the night. Thank you so much for chilling with us. I'm talking about this deck. I'll be posting like updates and stuff for regionals. I'll be posting updates and stuff for the regional this weekend. I'm gonna be playing at locals. I'm gonna be playing locals this weekend too. So I'm gonna be like labbing over the weekend in preparation, in Kshatriya lab preparation. But sis, God. So anyway, y'all, thank you so much for jumping in. It's been a pleasure as always, and I hope to see y'all again soon. So take care. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful Friday, and I'll catch you on the flip side.